Alright, I'll be honest, I've got no script for this video. I'm going completely off the dome because that's what I've needed to do. As you can see from the title, I want to cover this topic, right? Delaying the inevitable. It's never going to work. And this might sound really random, the title, but the reason why is because futures hasn't been going well for me with trading, right? It hasn't. I blew 2 challenges over this week. I took 2 losses in the space of a short amount of time on Friday, and it really was just not the right trade. And what I learned from that is that I wasn't ready to be on the challenge, or they call it evals. To be honest, it's not a major damage that I took. It was 2 challenges, obviously. There was alpha futures 50k zero accounts, which is about £60, give or take, with a discount code. So it was £120, which is bad, but it's not as much as the Forex accounts, £400, whatever, £800 if it was 2 of them. So it wasn't awful, but what I do want to get from this video is what my thought process is and where to go from here, because I was talking to my mentor for futures and he was saying, yeah, just get on a demo account. And me getting on that demo account, that's inevitable. And this applies to everything, right? To get to where you want to be, you need to go lower to go higher. And it's so cringe to say that, but I think it's so true. And the more you put off taking a few steps back to go further, you're only pushing yourself further away from where you want to be. So even though you're taking steps back to go forward, if you don't take them steps back, you're going to go even further back. Realistically, if we're thinking on a timeline, you're going way back. So my plan now is for the demo, I'm going to trade on a demo for hopefully maybe just a week or 2 weeks. I want to catch a few actual good quality setups, and we'll see if we get anything from there. But if not, then I stay on the demo. That's simple as that. And I want to let you know that if there's anything, if it's in trading, if it's in anything in life with your career or whatever, you just cannot delay it, because you're only going to slow down more. And it was a tough one for me to take, to be honest, because I had decent backtesting stats. It was on and off. Some months it was pretty shit. Some months I got like 65% win rate, and that's not even the best, but it's better. It was that if I did that on an eval, I wouldn't blow the challenge, but obviously I did. And obviously, if you could tell from my previous videos, I trade Forex swings, and I'd like to say I'm really confident on that, really confident, but I'm not with futures right now. And over this weekend, I've just been back testing, try and catch better setups, and it has and hasn't come, really. There's been a couple good months, as I said, blah blah blah, but really I just want to now just lock in, not take anything of a rush, because like, you have these goals in mind, right? Okay, by December I want to be here, by the new year I want to be here, blah blah blah, and maybe in a year you want to be here. But the truth is, they're things you make up in your head. They're not necessarily going to happen. And while you can't have that mentality, you have to believe in yourself, of course. You can't assume that they're just gonna get reached, because if they don't, if you have setbacks like this, you're not going to want to take these setbacks now. You're going to want to ignore it and say, okay, I'm still good enough. But sometimes you have to have the humility to say you're not good enough. And just think about that now. It relates to a lot of Greek philosophy, to have the humility to accept defeat. And that's where actual characters get built. It's not from tricking yourself into thinking that you're better than what you are, because obviously that's the easy route to go. It's a much easier route, because you're just going to be more confident. But in the long run, you're going to be cooking yourself so much more. So hopefully, I want to just make sure that I get that message across, because it's been on my mind for the past 4 or 5 days, and I know for a fact that there will be other people that feel this exact same way. And you've just got to fucking not be an idiot and accept defeat. Accept defeat, but don't accept it in the long run. You accept it in the short run, okay, look, next couple of weeks we're gonna have to slow it down a bit, but in the future we're still fucking hitting our goals. I know for a fact I'm gonna make it in futures. I know for a fact I'm gonna hit it in Forex. I'm even more confident in that, but I'm super confident in futures as well, because I know it's gonna happen. There's so many role models in the Forex industry that have just been insanely successful, and it started from normal people, so it can all happen so quickly. I know by in 2026 at some point I'm going to be getting 5-figure payout months. I know that for a fact. I can't wait to bring this video back up again because I know it's going to happen. I know my path, but for now it's literally just slowing down and taking things as they are. Because what can I do about it? Like what can I do about it? There's nothing I can do about it. This is the point I am at. And everyone's path's different, you know. Like, for example, my mate, I'm actually in Turkey right now, if you can't tell. I'm chilling with my mate. We've been here for like 3 weeks. We've got like 10 days left. We're staying here for about 5 weeks in total. And he is more successful in futures than I am, I'll be honest. He's probably watching as well. Yeah, I know you are. But, and he hasn't really had to do that, them setbacks. And subconsciously, you're always going to compare yourself to the person next to you. And it does suck that, okay, they didn't have to do this and I do. Why is it like, that's just unfair? Why is this the case? Why did he pick it up better than I did? Or on the face of things, why does it seem easier for him? But everyone's got their own different path, you know, just in your brain, it's just different. Everyone's different. So you got to understand that and not compare yourself, because every journey is going to be different. You know, I saw this, just going on a bit of a tangent now. My mentor for futures is called AG. He's really successful. I think he got his first 100k month this month from trading. And one of the students, he hadn't got, I think it was, he blew 15 evals, three sets of 5 in, I think it was 1 day or a very short space of time at least. And he was I think he's been training for like 3 years or something, and it's been a while. Like, it's been a while. And you know, think about the amount of adversity that's going through that guy's head. 99.999% of people have said, nah, like, trading's just not for me. I'm gonna just give up. And then within them 3 months of him blowing them 15 evals, I can't remember the exact figure he got, but it was a 5-figure payout. And it shows it can change so quickly, and you just can't let that belief go, because once you let that self-belief go, then it's just done. Then you have admitted defeat. Even if you haven't told people, okay, I'm quitting, if you don't have that self-belief, you have quit. You have to think of it like that, because if you don't have the self-belief, how are you going to become what you want to be? If you're going to be successful, how are you ever going to get to where you want to be if you don't believe in yourself? Because to be great in life, people aren't going to think you can do it, because to be great, it's a rare occurrence, generally speaking, amongst the whole population of the earth. It's rare for that to happen. So obviously people aren't going to believe you when you say, oh, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that. So you've got to have that self-belief. It's your responsibility to, and no one else is going to have that belief unless you've got some actual real ones with you. But not everyone's got that. And even if you do, like, come on, just show yourself some self-respect. Like, have some belief. You're never going to achieve anything without that. Yeah, that's all I had to say. It's a bit of a contrast from setting. The setting's beautiful, it's peaceful, but then in my head it's been a lot of other things going on. So, but I'm fine now. I'm fine. It was a tough pill to swallow on Friday when I lost 2 trades in like 5 minutes. It was awful because I blew basically 2 accounts in that space. Felt like everything was crashing down, but reality, not everything's bad. You know, phase 2 of my FTMO with Forex, which I'm really confident on, and I'm going to improve with futures, and I've got big things ahead of me. So yeah, I hope this video, if you're watching it, found you right. I'm not even going to cut that out. I'm not even going to cut that out. You know what I mean? Hopefully this was of use to some of you at least. But yeah, that's it. I'm not going to drag it out. Thank you for watching.